John, if you had to distill your 2 decades of wealth building into one guiding principle, what would it be?
Awareness times attention equals income. Awareness, I have to see you. Attention, I have to hold and grab you within that space,
Right.
equals income. The best known beats the best. Like, you can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows that you exist, no one's going to buy it from you, right? I'll give you a good example of McDonald's. They're a massive company. They still advertise. Why? Because they're competing for attention. You look at people like scrolling on the phone, right?
Yep.
Like, that's where all the attention is. They're on these devices all the time, like scrolling. But then how do we grab that person's attention from that process itself? By interrupting, by using unorthodox ways, by using a technique called guerrilla marketing, where we can do things that are not specifically the way to do it. Right? So when we understand how we can implement, that's how we win.
Do you have any examples that you have used for your business in terms of grabbing attention from the people?
Take social media, for example,
Sure.
right? So let's take when I'm speaking on stage. I'll do a classic example. Okay. So whenever I launch a new book, I'll basically say to people, if you want to attend the event and you want to come to this keynote, your ticket to the event is the book, right? So they bring the book with them. And then if you bring the book, I'll do a book signing for you, right? So after the event, I'll have a massive queue of like a couple of thousand people, and I will sit there for hours signing the book, right? Everyone takes a professional picture, and guess what? You post it on social media, I'll pick a random winner, and you fly to Bali with me. So now I'm getting a lot of exposure. Right? Or this is a really good strategy because we talk about awareness, right? So there's this technique called UGC created, so user generated content. Oh, yeah. So let's have 1,000 people in the audience right now. And I say to everybody, okay, when I come up on stage, everyone take your cameras out. I'm going to teach a very, very powerful lesson now. Okay? And what I want you to do, I want you to take that video and post it online. So I'll look at all my viral content, the ones that have got a lot of views, a lot of engagement, and I'll recreate that on stage for them. Right? So they'll record it. If I have 1,000 people in the audience, they'll all have 1,000 friends. Now 1 million people see it, right? If 1% of 1 million people become a customer, that's 10,000 customers. Times $1,000 or $100 or $50. You can do the math.
Yep. Wow.
So that's one guerrilla marketing. You look at something like the Super Bowl, it costs you, what, $5 million to get one ad that would get you 100 million eyeballs. Now I'm able to do it in a way that gets the same result.
Love it. So how do you decide which opportunities to seize and which ones to walk away from?
You got to look at the trend. What's trending right now? Because everything works in cycles. I'll give you an example. You look at the early 2000s, the dot-com boom, right? So we had dot-com boom and it went away. Right? And the next evolution was the real estate. So subprime mortgages went up and then down again. Right. That's our second opportunity. Third opportunity is social media. Social media goes up. It's still around, but it's different. So our fourth wave is crypto. Yep. Right? You should visit Bitcoin, right? Goes up and it's still here, right? And then you have the NFT era that came in, right? And now, of course, you've got AI. I need to analyze what the trends are going to be. Right. I need to look what's in the market, because it's not just picking a business and model to go into. You have to do your due diligence. True. Right? So for example, I would not get into doing like VHS tapes now, right? Or DVDs or MP3 players, right? It doesn't make sense. And if you look at where the world is going, you look at tokenomics. Someone asked me the question, what's after AI? Tokenomics. I can give an example. Everyone buys things using pounds, dollars, yen, Sing dollar, ringgits. So eventually, all the Gen Zs right now, they all have digital wallets. If I have a digital wallet and I touch your phone, I can now transfer currency from my phone to your phone. So then what use is a bank for? Sometimes you go to the slums and you'll see that these people barely have a roof over their head. Yep. But do you know what everyone's got?
Phone.
A phone. Yeah. With an internet connection, right? And now with the power of artificial intelligence, they can be anyone. Without an accent, they can look how they want to look, and now they can conduct business. I have some of my Indian team who are using a lot of these processes to get UK, US clients, paying them US dollars and spending in rupees. They're living like kings out there. Why am I mentioning tokenomics and AI? Because have you ever used ChatGPT to a point where it says you run out of credits? Yeah, right? So all AI runs on tokens and credits. So if everyone in this room is using tokens and AI, what's going to happen? It's like shares, isn't it? Yeah. More people use it, the higher the share price. Correct. So then we have to understand where the world is moving to. If you have digital wallet now, I can just transfer some token to you, which you can now use into your AI. Because if AI is doing everything, then what are people getting paid for, right? So that's where tokenomics comes in. This is the next era, and we're probably about 5 years away from that, from this time at the point of this recording. We will look back in 5 years' time, and then you'll see.